With everything getting mysterious and dangerous, would you trust your crazy captain with your life or betray him if you were one of the passengers? Welcome back to the movie recap world. Today we're diving into the second episode of 1899, where we finally get some answers to the questions left hanging in the last episode. Who will survive the journey to New York and who won't make it? Well, let's get into the video. This episode mostly follows Ake and his past related to his family. The secret passenger still lurks around in his ship and interacts with the clueless Maura. The lost ship Prometheus is ordered to be destroyed, but Ake has other ideas. Let's find out. The second episode begins with Ake getting a nightmare of his own. He sees a vision where his entire family gets burned down with his house. He then wakes up in his cabin and grabs a bottle of alcohol. In reality, Ake's wife has burned herself, along with their 3 children, leaving Ake all alone. He holds a piece of fabric which he found on Prometheus and links it to his family. He then receives a note from his subordinate where the company that made their ship has instructed them to sink the Prometheus, but the Prometheus is standing right before them. Moreover, all the compasses in his ship are spiraling out of control, adding to the mystery. Ake senses that there might be something dangerous coming along their way. The only clue to what happened on Prometheus is the boy they found on the ship last night. Meanwhile, some people start to speculate why only one kid survived whatever happened on that ship. Ake asks Oleg to see how much coal they have left and asks to keep it a secret. Ake then goes to Maura and asks if she felt or found something strange while she was on the Prometheus. Just then, he hears creepy sounds of a boy singing in German and abruptly leaves the scene. On the lower decks, people start to pray for whatever that might be coming towards their way. Minutes later, Maura sees a mysterious man trying to get in her room. The man quickly lies that he heard some noises from her room and just wanted to inquire. Then he introduces himself as Daniel and lies to reside in the cabin next to hers. After seeing Daniel, Maura can't help but ask if they've met before, as Daniel seems awfully familiar to her. But she can't quite figure out how. Daniel says they haven't met before and gets inside the cabin. Maura later brings some food to the boy and asks him to speak, but the boy keeps quiet and only hands her a strange artifact. Meanwhile, the Prometheus hasn't moved from its position and the crewmates ask Ake to give orders to start the ship. Elsewhere, Lucian, being unhappy with his wife, goes to talk to Lin Yi, the Chinese woman pretending to be Japanese. Lucian tries to flirt, but Lin Yi remains silent and doesn't engage back. Yuk-jae then interrupts them and asks Lin Yi away. Just then, Mrs. Wilson talks with Lucian and reveals that she knows Lucian isn't enjoying his honeymoon. So she offers him a distraction and says she can help him get with Lin Yi. Moreover, the Spaniard Angel from the first class deck and Crester from the lower deck also have a secret brewing between them. On the other hand, stowaway Jerome gets inside Lucian's cabin and hides under the bed when Clemens enters. He later engages in a conversation with Clemens, which ends with both of them feeling that they may have seen or recognized each other from somewhere. It is later revealed that Jerome is a stowaway, a person who is traveling under the guise of a ship worker and without any ticket. He gets beaten up and caught by the ship guards. The sailors are also in a dilemma on how they're going to sink the Prometheus, and they also question if Ake is in a good state of mind to lead them. We then see Ake reading a letter that says, "What is lost will be found." He yet again starts hearing a child singing through the corridors. He follows the sound and then enters an empty cabin which leads him to a fantasy realm, where he sees the vision of his family sitting comfortably in his house. Ake is overwhelmed to see his family right in front of him, but just then, his daughter Nina bursts into flame and then Ake finds himself in an unknown room. There, he finds the beetle and follows it to get to a secret tunnel. Ake then climbs through the shaft and finds himself in his cabin yet again. The door that led him to his cabin has a strange sign on it. Meanwhile, Maura is still trying to talk to the boy and tries to make him get comfortable with her. She later finds a tattoo on the back of his ear with the same sign that Ake saw earlier. Before Maura could question, the boy grabs her hand and asks her to keep silent, as Ake forcefully makes his way in the room. He grabs the boy and then threatens him to tell everything that happened in the Prometheus. Maura protects the boy from Ake and goes to talk to him in private. Ake then reveals the strange incidents he has been witnessing ever since he got on board Prometheus. Right after Ake leaves, Daniel tells Maura that her name is Irish, but Maura isn't really Irish, which only means Maura also has a secret. Crester's mother finds him carrying a piece of silverware. which is revealed to have been given by Angel in exchange for something, which Crester doesn't want to reveal. However, his mother understands what's going on and warns Angel to never get close to her son or touch him again. Oleg goes to Ake and lets him know there's only 3,000 tons of coal remaining. Oleg asks when they're going to set the ship in the right direction as they don't have much fuel left, but Ake shuts the door on him. Meanwhile, Maura pleads with the boy to speak up and tells him about her brother who has been missing and was probably on the Prometheus. She points out that the tattoo on him is exactly the same as the mark that's on the letter sent by her brother. The boy yet again doesn't speak, and Maura is called upon to attend a meeting. While the guests gather for the announcement, Angel and Ramiro discuss in their room about their next room. Turns out they aren't exactly brothers, and they have been running away from the police. And what's more shocking is they're both homosexual and make out with each other. Daniel, on the other hand, yet again, releases a beetle. A girl named Ada sees the beetle and follows it, which then leads her to Daniel. While Daniel apologizes to Ada for something he's about to do, Ake makes the announcement that he's going to turn the ship and tow the Prometheus back to Europe. The passengers aren't happy about this, but Ake states that he doesn't have enough coal left and the distance back to Europe is shorter than the distance to New York. All the passengers do not want to return back to Europe as they are all running away from something and they all have a secret. Maura tries to talk to Ake, but Ake is adamant that he isn't going to change his mind as he really wants to know what happened with the ship and why he's getting haunted. He shows Maura the letter which commands him to sink the Prometheus. Moreover, he also shows a letter which reads, "What is lost will be found." With that, the Kerberos starts to tow Prometheus on a journey back to Europe. Ake's crewmates are in disbelief with what their captain is doing. They even contemplate sinking the Prometheus themselves. The suspenseful episode has come to an end, and we hope you enjoyed this recap. Share your thoughts in the comments and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more exciting recap.